Hello everyone, this is Rainy here with a hopefully new type of video coming to my channel. And I strongly use the word hopefully because this footage you're seeing right now took me 7 hours to render. 7 hours! That's longer than any video I've ever had on my channel before in terms of rendering time. And before rendering it, keep in mind, I had to scrub through 12 hours worth of footage because of a particularly bad habit I've started of just leaving orbs on and recording despite the fact that I'm out and about and doing things around the house. Or, oh my god, one time I even left it when I went with my mom down to the post office to mail something. So admittedly, some of the time scrubbing and editing is because of me and my bad habits, but that's still a long time. Like, a really long time. Like, for those of you who don't know, this is what's called a draw and talk. So a draw and talk is essentially you record yourself drawing and then you narrate over a video, just so you have something to listen to, and lots of people do it, and honestly, I've always liked the concept because live streaming, although I miss it, does give me a lot of anxiety. For some reason, I'm not entirely sure why, it just does. So, I mean, this would have been my answer to hopefully having a more consistent way of updating you guys, and honestly keeping you guys in the loop of what exactly I'm doing behind the scenes, and just in general helping keep this channel a little more alive. I've been trying to make a deadline for myself recently of posting at least once a month, and it's been going okay, but things are about to kick up to a point where I'm a little concerned that I'm just gonna essentially be dropping off the face of the earth for like months on end while I struggle to make some things meet and get some ends finished. So, we will see. So far, this doesn't have a massive amount of points towards being any easier, because I'd also like to say this is my 8th or 9th time recording this. The first several times being off of my horrifying laptop mic. Like, absolutely horrifying sound quality. Listen to this.
Hello everyone, this is Rainy here, and welcome to the first installment of what will hopefully become a new type of video over here on my channel.
Yeah, so that is with Audacity editing, all the Audacity editing that I actually understand how to use, and with Sony Vegas sound editing, and it still sounds like that. I've never in my life worked with a mic so bad, so I'm actually currently recording this on my phone because of the phone just in general sounding better. So, to talk about the footage a little bit, other than complaining about how long it took to render, what you're seeing on screen currently is the first scene of the 3rd shot of my series Sion, or at least the first episode of my series Sion. And for those of you who honestly remember, or just know already, Sion is an animated series I'm doing that the promo I made last year, I believe? 8 months ago, okay, so a little less than a year ago. So the promo I made goes to this series, and it is a series. Like, there's more than one episode. This is not going to be the only episode. And what you're seeing right now is about 48 minutes. We'll have to see if I back out and we're able to actually get a glimpse of the storyboard time. But I believe, not 48 minutes. Did I just say 48 minutes? Oh wow. It's about 48 seconds into the episode. So it's just some very simple movements. It's essentially Merlin reaches up, takes a book off the shelf, and then checks the title. So it's not terribly interesting in terms of movement, but with all honesty, I really like animating hands, if you hadn't noticed, so these were some nice first shots to do. And so a quick little note about my setup here is that on the left, those white blocks are storyboards. And the storyboards are a little old because the storyboards are from roughly December, January of of 2016 going into 2017. It took me 6 months to do all the storyboards, so these storyboards are actually really old, which is why, as you can see, with these blue lines, I'm actually laying down keyframes and correcting some of the anatomy that was in the storyboards, because, oh, these early shots, there were definitely some problems. One of those problems being that I cannot remember if I had a canon height for Merlin yet or not, or if I was at the time considering changing it, but he was actually too tall in a couple of these early shots. Like, he seemed more around 5 feet tall, where he's actually 4'9", so somewhere I had to make him drop down about 3 inches, because he's not that tall. And luckily it wasn't too hard to fix that, but the storyboards do have, especially the early ones, do have a couple of issues like that going on with them, unfortunately. But yeah, so that's what you're seeing on screen right now, and I'm honestly having a lot of fun. I know it looks like I'm fiddling with this quite a bit, but honestly, I'm really excited to do this first episode, and just in general, show more about these characters. And for those of you who've been on my Patreon, you've either already seen or probably have seen a smoothed out version of this, because I started doing this like a while ago. I know on Twitter I posted the keyframes at the very least. Fun fact, actually, you want a funny story? Let's go with a funny story, because I'm not sure exactly how to fill this 15 minutes and keep myself from rambling about meaningless things, so let's talk a little bit more about the storyboard. So, fun fact, when I first started making this, I kept insisting this storyboard, this episode, wasn't gonna be more than 3 minutes long. I very clearly remember saying to Ren and other people, oh, it's only gonna be 3 minutes long, it's not gonna be that long, it's only gonna be like 3 minutes long, it's probably not even gonna break 3 minutes, it's just gonna be real short, nothing to worry about. Clearly I had no concept of how time works with storyboards, because 123 storyboards later I was saying, oh, well, it's only gonna be 5 minutes, it might only be 5 minutes, it's probably not gonna break 5 minutes, so I'd gone from 3 minutes to 5 minutes. So I'd only gained like 2 minutes here. By the time I'd finished laying down sound effects and putting together the times and everything to a consistent speed that which I liked and I felt it moved properly for an actual story, you want to know how long it was? 21 minutes long. I'm not kidding. You think I'm kidding? Here's the timestamp. Here's what it looks like. 21 minutes long. 21 minutes long is longer than any other video I've ever dreamed of making. It's astonishingly long for something I kept insisting was 3 minutes. And it makes me concerned about what the other episodes hold, because there are episodes scripted out already that are longer than this. And I'm not one of those people, I don't like breaking things up into 2 parts, because I want to just finish it all and have it all consistent and together in one go, and it's just, with me, it's very hard to make my stuff feel consistent when you split it up into a million parts. But oh my god, there's an episode that has like 3 pages worth of a script, and I'm thinking of it right now and just thinking, oh my god, how long actually is that episode? Because this had less than 4 paragraphs worth of script. So, be afraid. Rainy is very afraid. Because this is long. This is big. And this took 6 months for me to storyboard, so I can only imagine how long it's gonna take me to actually animate this. There's a bunch of parts I'm really excited for. Like, there's several parts farther into the episode I'm really excited to animate. Like, one specifically I did a color test for a while ago, which is over on my Twitter and over on my Patreon, and actually, surprisingly, also on my Tumblr, which is currently abandoned except for Inktober pieces. So, there's a couple of places I'm really excited for, but it's just gonna take me so long. And honestly, that's the reason I'm considering doing videos like this. I've always liked the idea of Drawn Talks, and it seems like a really good way to introduce everyone to this series, because I'm so sorry, my YouTube buddies here. I'm not trying to forget you, it's just, it's getting harder and harder to consistently make content animation-wise that can introduce these characters. A lot of their stuff is very episodic and deals with one episode at a time, so it's a little hard to make even memes or map parts that don't give away what I consider spoilers in some areas. So I'm sad that I never get to talk about Sion over here. I really am, because I talk about it incessantly over on my Twitter. Like, I'm sure everyone on my Twitter right now is so tired of either hearing, seeing, or me posting about Sion. Either it be random facts or world building knowledge or whatever have you. I'm sure all of them are getting really tired of honestly seeing it. So maybe they'd be grateful if I relegated it all to just a video of me working on the animation while simultaneously spewing out knowledge, because my god, I love the world they're in. I love these characters. I want to talk about it so much more. I really do. So, I'm not sure, honestly, if any of you guys over here on YouTube would be super interested in content like that, but I'd honestly love to hear your opinions. If you are interested in content like that, then please feel free to leave a like, feel free to leave a comment. A comment is more appreciated because maybe you guys can come up with things or more consistent things that I could talk about, because right now I only really have like 3 ideas for what I could possibly talk about in these videos. Maybe you guys could help me clear it up, and honestly, I think there's no better way to let you guys get to know these characters a little more than introduce them. Lots of people now are doing these lovely and adorable little Q&A videos about their characters, where the characters answer questions. I know my characters don't have much in terms of that, so the only thing I can think of is, let's introduce them. Let's let everyone get to know this very strange but fun trio. So, if you're interested in Sion, or interested in just getting updated, please feel free to head over to my Patreon. I post updates there every time I hit a new scene. Or head over to my Twitter and just kind of ghoul around, watch and see if I post anything, because I will definitely post stuff over on my Twitter. I always post stuff on my Twitter. I'm currently doing Inktober, so if you really want to see me posting stuff, now is the time. And I have a DeviantArt, I have a Tumblr. The Tumblr is really kind of dead air, but I still have it. And tell me what you think. And with that, I have to say bye, and have a good day!